Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for the Gnome Dies Monster Add Ons 2 assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the Gnome Dies Monster Add Ons 2 along with our Gnome Dies and Girl Gnome Dies. And I'm using Doodlebug's new Sweet and Spooky 6-inch pad and their Candy Stripe and Sprinkles 6-inch pad. So first I'm starting out with the Gnome Dies. And I cut out the background using paper tray ink black cardstock and the beard and mustache with paper tray ink dark chocolate cardstock. And I'm using close to my heart white daisy pigment ink and just inking around the edges with a sponge topper. Now this little piece, this is from the Candy Stripe and Sprinkles in a nice pink. And I cut that out. You know, all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Mini Empress, which I'm really loving. Working on my Stampin' Up! Pad, as per usual. There we go. So I'm just going to ink around all these little pieces, and then I will put together this cute little monster gnome, or a gnome with a little monster outfit on, which is so cute. So I also used, let me see, P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones for the skin. And this, I used this purple, which is Doodlebug's Orchid cardstock. It's got like a texture to it. Okay, so I'm just going to use the Barely Art glue. And I'm going to stick down the little beard. Remember, with the boy gnomes, you always start with the beard. There we go. And then I'm going to line up the hat, and then I'll do a little bit of die surgery and cut the top of the hat off so it sticks down. And I will add the fun furry hat with the Barely Art glue. There we go. And then I will overlap that hat a little bit with my mustache. That's that dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. There we go. And I will weight it down. And in the meantime, I'm going to stick together the fun little feet. So that's Paper Tray Ink white cardstock and that same Candy Stripe and Sprinkles kind of light pink sprinkles paper. There we go. And I'm just going to weight down all of them. So all you see are the white claws and then the pink fuzzy hands and feet, right? So I'm just lining them up using my reverse tweezers. There we go. So, you know, easy stuff. And there we go. And I do weight it down in between. So the little mouth is cut out of that orchid cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And then little white teeth from Paper Tray Ink. Or sorry, the orchid cardstock was from Doodlebug. But the smoky shadow and the white cardstock is from Paper Tray Ink. Sorry, guys. Just lining it up using my Studio Katia embellishment wand to pick them up. There we go. Just, you know, easy stuff. And then there. And so I've got a little mouth for my monster now. And I'm going to pop up the little nose with some Stampin' Up! Mini Dimensionals. So that kind of overlaps the hat and mustache a bit. There. And then I will put the rest together. So the little eyeball is cut out of Paper Tray Ink white cardstock and black cardstock. And I'm just going to stick that together with some Barely Art glue. So I'm adding that down. There we go. And I'll add a little bit of glue on the back. And I will sort of center that eyeball. There we go. And then I'll add the cute little fangs with the mouth. Isn't that adorable? I just think it's so cute. And he's just looking adorable. I'll add the little purple horns that is Doodlebug's Orchid cardstock. It's just like a nice purple. You know, you see that I have that white pigment ink around the edges just for a little bit of fun. Now I will pop up the feet with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. There we go. These big furry feet are kind of fun. And then I'll add his little paws on last, just with those mini dimensionals as well. And I just think it is so darn cute, like adorable. You could make this monster any color you want. I just went with pink because I'm using that new Sweet and Spooky 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, and there's lots of pink on that. And isn't that sweet? Okay, so number 2, I'm going to put together Mrs. Frankenstein. Now, I know she usually just has a white dress, but I wanted to add this pink pattern from that Sweet and Spooky 6-inch pad because I thought, why not, right? So I cut that out along with the Paper Tray Ink white cardstock for the dress. And then I'm going to add that on to my little girl gnome. I'm going to do a little bit of stamp surgery. I'm just going to sort of scoop out the sides a bit. And then I will sort of layer that little dress on. Kind of want to start with the dress with the girls. There we go. And then I will add on her little face next. That's P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones with my Barely Art glue. There we go. Now her little hair, I will do some stamp surgery and remove a little bit of the hat so I can attach her fun hairdo, right? That's Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I'll just stick that down. Isn't it cute? I just think it's so cute. Now she's got her two, black stripes in her hair, which is kind of the norm with Mrs. Frankenstein, right? And I'm just going to stick those down with some Barely Art glue. I'm just lining things up. Isn't that cute? I just think it's so sweet. So first I will, let me see, I'm just making sure her little hair tendrils are stuck down. And then I will add on my little hair stripes in a second. Oh, had a little bit of glue there. There we go. So she is super cute. And actually, what do I do here? Do I pop up her feet next? I can't even remember what I do. I was watching a movie and I should have fast forwarded this part. Sorry, guys. But this is what happens, Okay, yeah, so I'm going to pop up her little feet. That's that P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again. And this is what happens. Like I said, I watch movies when I put these together. I was actually watching that movie, A Beautiful Mind. Okay, so now I'm adding the two stripes from Paper Tray Ink black cardstock. Yeah, they kind of line up there. And then I'll add the other one. So it's kind of fun, right? I just think it's so sweet. So there we go. And I do weight it down. And I will pop up her nose with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, sort of overlapping her little hairdo a bit. Isn't that cute? There we go. And then I will add her feet with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals as well. And then we will have our little Mrs. Frankenstein. Now, I know I should have gone with white for her dress, but I couldn't. She had to have that pink dress. I couldn't help myself. Okay, so next I am putting together this little voodoo guy. And I cut out his beard with dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, and then his body from black cardstock, and then his little hat is cut out of craft cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. So I'm just inking around the edges. Now these little guys were cut from Nina Desert Storm 80-pound cardstock, and I'll just ink around the edge of that one. And there we go. So I'm going to put this guy together. Remember, you always start with the beard with these guys. So I'm going to add his little beard first. I like adding that little bit of highlight around these darker colors just because they do show up on my background a little bit better, especially, if I'm doing kind of like a spooky background for Halloween. So I did some stamp surgery there, and I'm going to give him his little hat. Isn't that cute? And I will overlap it with with his little mustache with some Barely Art glue, and I will pop up his little nose. That's P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again. And I'm just going to peel off the backing, and then I will pop up. Isn't that sweet? And I'll have his little nose popped up. It's just so cute. Now I'm going to put together his little voodoo guy, his little voodoo pin cushion. And I cut both of those out of Nina Desert Storm. The layer behind just gives you a spot to put the little hands. So now I'm going to pop up his little feet, P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again. So super cute, right? And I'm just popping his little feet on. Oh, I've got my cat is actually rubbing all over me right now. Sammy's come to say hello. Okay, so now I am popping up the little hands that they hold this little pincushion guy, his little voodoo doll. So adding his little hands with my Studio Katia embellishment wand. There we go. Now I have the little pins. Those are cut out of American Crafts silver cardstock. Now you could cut it out of black and then add a separate silver pin and then a separate little dot on top. But I just chose to cut the background piece out of silver and then add the little red tops. That's pure poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. There we go. And that little button is cut out of Doodlebug's orchid cardstock. The little X's for the stitching is cut out of Paper Tray Ink Smoky Shadow cardstock. And I'm just going to line those all up. There we go. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to add that on as a little eye, and then that other one as a little eye. I just think it's so cute. And like I said, I'll stick those down with the Barely Art glue again as well. There we are. And then I'm going to add that next little X cross, the little stitching, and I'll stick that down as well. There we go. And I'll add my little pins with that Barely Art glue. I do weight these down after I'm done just to make sure things stick down well, right? I'm going to add 2 little pins in his hat because, how cute is that? And then I have to add the last little pin. So I'll put his little heart that is cut out of Paper Tray Ink Pure Poppy cardstock first. And then I will add the little pin in the heart because, it's a voodoo doll, right? And there we go. Isn't that fun? There we go. And then he can hold his little voodoo doll. Just too cute. Okay, my next one is, I think it's a witch doctor. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. So I cut the hat out of Papertrey black cardstock and the brim out of Smoky Shadow cardstock from Papertrey, inking around the edges with that White Daisy ink again. Now I'm going to add his little beard, and that is cut out of Rust cardstock from American Crafts. So it's got a bit of a texture. There we go. And then I'll line up the hat. Remember, you got to do a little bit of stamp surgery there, or dye surgery, and cut off the hat, you know, and so you can slip in the other one. There we go. So he's got a super cute little hat. I will add his little brim on, which is fun. There we go. Then I'm going to add this little hat band that is cut out of Scarlet Jewel cardstock from Papertrey. It's kind of like a burgundy. Now I'm going to overlap his little rust mustache from American Crafts and pop up his nose from P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again. There we go. So cute, right? Oops. Not enough glue, people. I will add that back on. And like I said, pop up his little nose. And there you have it. He's so cute. Okay, so now he's got a little staff. So I cut that out of dark chocolate cardstock for the base, because I thought, why not? I'm going to add the staff again in dark chocolate cardstock. The little skull is cut out of white Papertrey cardstock. There we go. And then I did cut the feathers out of Pure Poppy and Scarlet Jewel, so red and burgundy, and the little bone here is cut out of white cardstock. So I'm going to build his little hat ornament. So you add your little bone on, and then add your 3 feathers. You know, you can make them whatever colors you want. This is just what I have. So I'm adding the red, burgundy, and the red. Again. So, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of lining them up. There. And then lastly, I have this little piece that's cut out of Papertrey white and then Papertrey black cardstock, and I'm just going to layer it. I don't know if it's like supposed to be a bird's skull. I'm not quite sure. Whatever. I'm not sure what goes on a witch doctor hat, to be honest, but this is just Halloween fun. So I'm going to add this little bone on there, and isn't that fun? And now he's got this fun little staff he can hold on to. I will add a couple of feathers. So what I do is I kind of pop up the skull and I'll tuck them under there. I could have put them on earlier, but you know, what can I say? Sometimes hindsight, right? I will weigh it down with my acrylic block. And now I'm going to pop on 2 little shoes that I cut out of Papertrey dark chocolate cardstock. Because, you know, I thought I'm going to give this guy some shoes. And then I will add his little staff with one of his little hands. Why not, right? So I'm going to pop up the little hand with a little Stampin' Up! Dimensional, and that is P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones again. And I will stick down that little staff right down onto his beard. So isn't that fun? He's got a fun little look, right? Just too cute. And now we have all 4 of these adorable little dressed up characters. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team. The Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. This mini release is adorable. You're going to want to get it because it is just too cute. And remember to link up your projects on Instagram, tag us, put it on the Garden of Creativity on our Jaded Blossom Facebook site. We can't wait to see what you make. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.